Welcome to our new video, where you'll see amazing events and natural phenomena captured from a bird's eye view using drones. I'm Knox, and today I'll show you a medieval castle, a lost tribe, a drone show, and much more. What was once hidden and inaccessible will now be right before your eyes. Let's fly. Do you know what happens when a business idea fails spectacularly? In 2016, China aimed to become the world capital of bike sharing. Startups and companies flooded the cities with millions of bikes. You could take a bike from anywhere and leave it there too. Companies competed to have the most bikes. Eventually, there were so many bikes that they became useless. Unused bikes just littered the streets. They started collecting and moving them to one place, creating the eerie bicycle graveyard. Only from a drone's view can you see this heap of unwanted metal and shattered dreams. A sea of bikes symbolizing ambitions that turned into a failure. With technology, you can see how dreams can turn into rusting metal at a dump. In the waters off the coast of England stand the mysterious and majestic abandoned Maunsell Forts. I was amazed to learn that these forts were built during World War II in 1942 to protect Britain from air and sea attacks by Germany. The forts consisted of several towers connected by walkways and were equipped with weapons to repel aircraft and submarine attacks. They housed anti-aircraft guns, spotlights, and teams of soldiers who monitored the airspace and waters around the clock. However, after the war ended, such defensive structures were no longer needed. In 1950, the forts were abandoned and began to deteriorate under the influence of time and the elements. Gradually, they turned into deserted and forgotten structures, left alone with the wind and waves. Have you ever seen abandoned military structures? What were your impressions? There are places in the world where it's impossible for humans to go because it's too dangerous. Don't you want to see what's hidden in such forbidden places? For instance, the inside of a volcano to see the boiling lava. The eruption of the Bagration volcano in Iceland in 2014 was the largest in Europe in over 240 years. The eruption caused the surface of the volcano to sink, forming a caldera, the largest observed today. An enormous lava lake formed after the eruption. This lake is 546 yards wide and 76 yards deep, covering an area of over 32 square miles, larger than Manhattan in New York. Drone footage unveils incredible moments, satisfying our curiosity by showing us the hot lava and boiling lake in stunning aerial shots. Dare to venture into the heart of the Amazon and uncover a world that has remained hidden until now? Previously, you could only imagine in your fantasies soaring over the vast expanse of the jungle like a bird. But imagine this. Modern drones have made it possible. Now you can see this endless ocean of green with your own eyes. Vines like carpets, huge tree canopies. All this is revealed before us. The Amazon River in South America spans 9 countries, including Brazil, Peru, Colombia, and Venezuela. It is one of the longest rivers in the world, measuring 4,188 miles. The Amazon forests are home to approximately 390 billion individual trees. From a bird's eye view, you can observe the diversity of nature. Do you feel how the jungle breathes? How it lives its rhythm? The jungle comes alive on screen. Stunning footage captured by drone allows you to feel part of this magic. Now let's move to the Pacific Ocean. Imagine this, giant waves roaring and rising as high as a multi-story building. This is a place where only the bravest dare to challenge nature. Drones have allowed us to see this spectacle in a completely new way. Personally, I was very impressed by these shots. Drones have captured extreme surfers riding huge waves. The camera conveys all the dynamics and power of the wave, something impossible to see from the shore. You see surfers racing along the walls of water, balancing on the edge of possibility. Every wave is a challenge, and every surfer is a hero, challenging the elements. I get the feeling that humans and nature merge in a single dance on the crest of the wave. Do you? Bobsledding is an exhilarating winter sport where teams of athletes race down icy tracks on specially designed sleds. In 1924, bobsledding became part of the Winter Olympics program in Chamonix, France. Imagine, During turns, athletes can experience forces up to 5G, the same load a parachutist feels when the parachute opens. But what does the track look like? What does the athlete see? What happens during the descent? This remained a mystery until drone footage appeared. They captured every moment of this thrilling descent. Just look at the speed at which athletes race down the icy track. Isn't it a sight that fires the imagination? The camera captures every movement, every turn, every moment of tension and triumph. This perspective, inaccessible to stationary cameras, allows you to immerse yourself in the world of high speeds and adrenaline. Let's return to the impassable jungles of the Amazon, a place where nature rules absolutely, hiding its secrets. Suddenly, in the heart of this greenery, drones capture something incredible. Wild tribes that still live as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. This video was shot high above the vast territory of dense tropical forests in the far west of northern Brazil. You see people whose existence the world had not suspected. The camera captures their daily lives, hunting and rituals, things that were previously inaccessible. The footage allows us to touch the unknown and see how people can live in harmony with nature. I think I'd have a hard time giving up things like a microwave or a warm bath. How about you? Here you see people who are unaware of the benefits of modern civilization. The mysterious northern lights. Few people get to see them in all their glory, even those who live in regions where they most often appear. In Norwegian legends, the northern lights are considered the dance of the souls of deceased maidens. Thanks to drones, this magical phenomenon has been captured, allowing everyone to enjoy it. The camera captures the shimmering lights in the sky, creating a breathtaking spectacle that is impossible to forget. These unique shots allow you to touch one of the most amazing mysteries of our planet. I've watched this video several times. It mesmerizes. How about you? In one of the most picturesque corners of the Earth, off the coast of Western Australia, a drone captured a dramatic and thrilling event. Pilot Dylan DeHaas, noticing movement in the water, initially mistook it for playing dolphins. However, his camera caught something much rarer and more exciting, a tiger shark hunting a sea turtle. The tiger shark, one of the ocean's most formidable predators, was chasing its prey, the sea turtle. This species of shark is known for its aggressiveness and ability to hunt a wide variety of marine creatures. The turtle, although protected by its strong shell, had to use all its agility and endurance to escape. I really hope the shark gave up and the turtle survived. What do you think? How do you imagine Mexico? For me, it's a resort where you can swim in the Pacific Ocean and relax on white sand beaches. However, this region has another side, poverty, which often goes unnoticed. A drone flew over the Oaxaca area, revealing the lives of people struggling to survive every day. From above, you can see how small houses are tightly packed together. They are made from available materials, wood, metal, and plastic. I was struck by how people live here in conditions where water and electricity are rare, and every new day brings new chala. Yes, were you surprised? On a rocky cliff above the Nab River in Germany stand the ruins of the medieval castle Kalmunds. This majestic castle, once serving as protection and a symbol of strength, now stands in silent grandeur, hiding centuries of history in its stones. Kalmunds Castle was built in the 12th century. In a strategically advantageous location, the castle controlled trade routes and served as a residence for local feudal lords. Over several centuries, Kalmunds became the site of numerous wars and conflicts, often changing hands. In the 17th century, during the 30 Years' War, Kalmunds was destroyed and never fully rebuilt. Today, the ruins of Kalmunds Castle are a popular destination for tourists and history enthusiasts. Despite its destruction, the castle has retained the atmosphere of the medieval era, attracting attention and admiration. What do you feel when you look at ancient fortifications that, despite the centuries, continue to stand in silence? People once lived in villages, raised livestock, grew vegetables in gardens, and raised children to carry on their ancestors' work. Life was measured and predictable, and everything went its course. But times changed, and many had to leave their homes, moving to cities in search of better opportunities. Everything accumulated over the years was left to the mercy of nature. Drones have captured what remains after people leave. This is an abandoned village in Russia, a place that has lost human interest. Footage taken from a bird's eye view shows abandoned houses, once full of life and warmth. Time and nature have done their work. Roofs have collapsed, walls have cracked, and only the wind, wandering through the empty streets, reminds us of the past. Abandoned villages show us how nature gradually reclaims territory once occupied by humans. Do you think there's a chance people will return here someday? Iceland, a country that amazes with its harsh and untouched nature. A place where silent ice bays, breathtaking canyons, and mighty waterfalls create landscapes that seem like fantasy. Iceland's ice bays, which you see now, resemble scenes from movies about distant planets. Icebergs floating in quiet waters create unique patterns that change every day. Deep canyons, carved by rivers, look incredibly majestic. Drones, flying over these canyons, allow us to see them in their full glory. Sharp cliffs covered in moss and winding streams create landscapes that take your breath away. Have you dreamed of visiting Iceland, or have you been there already? Once upon a time, the Clarion Hotel in Toledo was a symbol of luxury and sophistication. Opened in the 70s, this 12-story hotel casino became a favorite spot for many, including Hollywood stars. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to visit this historic hotel because in September 2014, its doors closed forever. The new owner decided it was time for a change. Maybe some of you stayed in one of its rooms or played in the casino. Write in the comments. The demolition of the Clarion Hotel was an event that many remember. Almost 102 pounds of dynamite were needed to demolish the building. The first explosion tore down the hotel walls, but the elevator shaft, like a stubborn guardian of the past, remained intact. It was destroyed only after several hours and repeated explosions. What was once a symbol of luxury and entertainment became piles of concrete and steel. Impressive, isn't it? When it comes to wildlife filming, luck plays a huge role. The shedding of antlers by moose is a process that happens every year, but the moment of shedding is rarely seen, let alone captured on camera. Canadian Ranger Derek Keith Burgoyne was incredibly lucky to capture this unique moment in the forests of New Brunswick. A moose, majestically standing in the snow, shakes off its antlers, which fall into the snow, creating an incredible spectacle. Later, the ranger carefully picked up the trophy, adding it to his collection. Have you ever seen something like this in person? In 1944, a tragedy struck Mexican soil, forever changing the lives of the residents of Nuevo San Juan, Pancake. The sudden eruption of the Parícutin volcano engulfed the town, leaving only memories and ruins. Can you imagine what this place looks like now, thanks to modern technology? You can not only imagine but also see what remains of this place through the lens of a drone. In a short time, the eruption reached immense strength, spewing lava, ash, and destroying everything in its path. The volcano grew before their eyes, engulfing farmland and eventually reaching Nuevo San Juan, Pancake. The town was completely destroyed, except for one church that miraculously survived, standing amidst the solidified lava. This building became a symbol of resilience and a reminder of the power of nature, capable of destroying everything in its path. The camera captured unique footage, showing how nature took over human constructions. This story began over half a century ago when, in 1912, the steamboat Prince Bagration was built and launched. The vessel is 295 feet long and 39 feet wide. It is considered the only surviving ship from the first series of river diesel screw passenger ships commissioned by the Caucasus and Mercury Steamship Company in the Russian Empire. In 1991, all pre-revolutionary ships were decommissioned. The steamboat was then sold to a private individual from Ukraine. The shipowner moved it to Crimea. Later, the ship was towed to Cape Meganom, where it remains to this day. Now, the once powerful ship is just a heap of scrap metal. With the help of a drone, you can see what it looks like now. You can see that the hold and lower deck are severely damaged. I was shocked by the ship's condition and saddened that such machines are left unwanted and abandoned. Have you ever seen similar abandoned ships? On December 26, 2021, in Russia, in the city of St. Petersburg, a real miracle happened. Thousands of drones assembled in the sky to form the bell tower of the Smolny Cathedral, or rather, its majestic version envisioned by architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli. This was not just a replica, but a grand project reaching 551 feet high. For comparison, the actual bell tower of the Smolny Cathedral is only 307 feet tall. Imagine how it looked. The night sky over St. Petersburg was lit up with a spectacular display of light and technology. These 551 feet of virtual magnificence left everyone breathless and offered a new perspective on modern technology's capabilities. Do you have favorite moments when technology and history blend into something incredible. Share in the comments. You've visited the most amazing corners of our planet, seen natural phenomena up close, and glimpsed into history preserved through unique drone footage. These stunning images bring you closer to what once seemed unattainable. And you can also be part of creating this captivating content. If you have editing skills, can voice over videos in Russian, English, or other languages, or write interesting scripts, we'd love to work with you. Contact our Telegram bot. The link is in the description.